Mm. All right, let's get started, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Judge Nancy Mao, and today is July 15th, 2026. The time is now almost 2:30, and this is the Fulton County Superior Court Non-Complex Division 1. It is the calendar call for jury trial. I do have a few pleas that are ready. We did agree to take those pleas via Zoom, and so we're going to get started with those so we can do the virtual pleas and clear these cases from our trial calendar. So Attorney Fortis, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you? And thank
I'm
you
doing
again for the
well.
opportunity on this venue.
Sure, of course. So it looks like we've got all of your clients do appear to be present. Well, I take that back. We we have Angel's iPhone, and then um we had another iPhone. I thought I actually saw everybody here for your clients, but they may have dropped off. So, oh, that's Mr. Ayala. So we could take Ayala first since he's just got one case, and then we could take Cole. Is Cole planning on joining us?
He should. I sent him a text message. It bounced back a couple of times, but I'm sending it again as we speak.
Okay, and then we'll do McWhorter's case because she has two cases, and then hopefully by then we'll have an idea of how you all plan to sort of negotiate two pleas at the same time. I prefer to just do it once rather than read the waiver of rights and all of that into the record and a plea colloquy twice. So let's do it that way. So let's start with Mr. Ayala, and he is position number 22. And I'm going to just confirm with my court reporter. I've got Miss Minifield. Are you able to hear me, ma'am?
I am, Your Honor.
Wonderful. And then I see that you also have a court reporting student, Miss Bell, welcome. And we've got Miss Gordon, and we've got Officer Gresham. All right, so we are ready to go. All right, position number 22 is indictment 25 SC 006883, State of Georgia versus Terencio Ayala. Mr. Ayala is appearing via Zoom through an iPhone, and his attorney, Scott Fortis, is also appearing via Zoom. The state is present, represented by Trelawney Jordan of the District Attorney's Office. This matter is before the court for a negotiated guilty plea. Mr. Ayala, will you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear and affirm any testimony you provide the court in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may lower your hand. Will you state your full legal name for the record, please?
Terencio Deshaun Ayala.
Okay, and do we have your permission to proceed with this plea via Zoom since we're all in different locations?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and do I have your permission to sign your name to the plea paperwork at the conclusion of this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Attorney Fortis and ADA Jordan, may I sign your names also?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful, everybody. May I have a criminal history, please, Officer Gordon?
The defendant has 9 arrest cycles beginning in 2019. Last arrest, August 6th of 2025 from Douglas County, aggravated assault, cruelty in the first degree. Those charges appear to be open. There was no disposition listed. Also, 2 warrants, one warrant, one out of San Marcos, Texas, a larceny case, dated the warrant October 3rd of 2025. It's a felony conviction from Fulton County in 2021. Obstruction of law enforcement officer 21 SC 178925. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Officer Gordon. Mr. Ayala, I have in front of me what we call a waiver of rights form. This is the document that you and your lawyer reviewed where he went over all of your rights with you, many of which you're giving up by entering this plea of guilty. Was there anything in that document or the questions your lawyer asked you that you did not understand?
No, Your Honor.
Do you need any additional time to speak to your attorney before we proceed with this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if for any reason you wish to appeal this plea of guilty, you need to file an appeal within 30 days of this sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, let me review the charges that we have on this docket. Case number 25 SC 006883 charges you with 2 counts. Count 1 is possession of a firearm by convicted felon. Count 2 is a seatbelt violation. These incidents are alleged to have occurred on August 20th, 2024. Is this your understanding of what you've been charged with?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
hear from the state, that's okay. Let me hear from the state the maximum penalties authorized under Georgia law for the offenses as charged.
For count one is 10 years.
And for count 2, 12 months.
All right, Mr. Ayala, do you understand that you're facing a maximum penalty of up to 11 years? I could sentence you to serve that today just by virtue of this plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I understand that you and your attorney have negotiated an agreement with the state where in exchange for your guilty plea today, the state is going to recommend to the court that you be sentenced to 5 years to be served on probation, along with some special conditions. Is this your understanding of the terms of your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Was there you hesitated a little bit? Is there something else that you understood?
Was there any suspension after years of doing probation?
No, that wasn't anything that was negotiated. You and I spoke about that, Mr. Ayala, that we would visit that at a later time.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Do you understand that the state is recommending a sentence of 5 years to be served on probation, and I'm not going to deviate from that in any way. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and in fact, I don't have to even accept this plea as negotiated today. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me review your rights with you right now. Do you understand that you have a right to plead not guilty to these charges today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You pled not guilty. Do you understand that you have a right to a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
At a jury trial, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by a lawyer, and if you could not afford one, the court would appoint one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that at trial, you would have a right to a presumption of innocence and the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that at trial, you would have the right to confront the state's evidence and cross-examine any witnesses they called?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that at trial, you would have the right to subpoena witnesses and present a defense if you chose to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that at trial, you would have the right to remain silent? That means you would not have to testify or present evidence, and no one could comment on your decision to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understand that you're giving up these rights by entering a guilty plea today?
Yes.
All right, may I have a factual basis, please, for the charges?
Yes, Judge. On August 20th, 2024, Atlanta Police Department conducted a traffic stop involving a vehicle because the driver did not have on a seatbelt. The driver identified himself as Mr. Ayala. During the stop, Officer Robinson observed a small baggie of suspected marijuana. So the vehicle was then searched, where a handgun was located under the driver's seat.
Did this all occur in Fulton County?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Understanding your rights and the rights you're giving up, Mr. Ayala, are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily choosing to enter a guilty plea to the charges in this case, 25 SC 006883?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is your plea to these charges, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are, in fact, guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threatening you, forcing you, or promising anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Attorney Fortas, anything you'd like to say?
We just ask that you accept the negotiations, Your Honor.
All right. I do find there's a factual basis for the charges. I find the plea is being entered freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. I will accept the plea as negotiated. Count 1, I will sentence you to 5 years to be served on probation. Count 2, 12 months to be served on probation to run concurrent to count 1. And that's a total of 5 years on felony supervision. The special conditions of your sentence, and these are important because if you violate any special conditions, you are subject to having the entire 5-year sentence revoked to have to serve it in the Georgia Department of Corrections. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you cannot possess any weapons, no firearms. You are not to be in the presence of drugs without a legal prescription, and you must consent to a waiver of your Fourth Amendment rights. We're going to get you I'm going to get you some probation reporting instructions right now on the record from Officer Gresham so that you know where and when to report. And let's see if she's with us. There she is. Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay. Do you hold on one second. You are to report to the DeKalb probation office located at 981 East Freeway Drive, Southeast, Suite A in Conyers, Georgia, 30094. Failure to report can result in a warrant for your arrest.
All right, but the address I did put on my probation, that's my mother address. I do reside in Fulton County, though. I do have an address in Fulton County. The address on my identification on my driver's license is my mother's address. That's always where my mail went.
Okay, so what I need from you to like you chatted me where you live at. Just send me your address through the chat, and we'll change that to the Atlanta Probation Office at 276 Memorial Drive, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30303, and that's on the 22nd. And I'm also going to send it to you in the chat.
All right, thank you so much. I just wanted to let you know, just because I don't have a vehicle at the moment, so I just wanted to make it convenient so it wouldn't be an inconvenience for me with transportation.
Okay. And,
All right,
and don't
thank you.
forget to send me your address in the chat.
All right, I will.
All right.
Mr. Ayala, I wish you all the best going forward. I really appreciate you clarifying this information for the probation officer. So go ahead and put your address in the chat to her so that she has it. And again, I wish you all the best going forward, and you're free to log off, sir.
All right, thank you so much. I will get her the address before I do log off.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. All right, so then we could proceed, because I don't have Cole on here right now, so we could proceed with the McWhorter case, but I do have to get an idea of how we're proceeding with that case. I have 2 indictments, 1 waiver of rights form, 2 lawyers, and a defendant.
And Judge, I think what I would do is, and I understand what the court wants to do for judicial economy. I would just leave it to Ms. McWhorter if she wants to go ahead and proceed on both cases. With this, I'm fine with that because it would have to be her choice. But
Where is she? Let's get her logged on, or at least her camera turned on so that I know she's present. Okay, are you driving, Miss McWhorter?
Yes, but I'm pulling over right here. I had this.
Are you going to be able to, once you've pulled over, to be stationary for some time while we go over all of this?
Yes, I had to drop off one of my, the people I've been taking care of. So I'm pulling up right here now at their address. So I'm pulling over. Okay, I'm just gonna pull over right here.
So while she's doing that, Attorney Jerome, so did you go over the Boykin rights with your client and complete the waiver of rights form with her and submit it to us so that I could proceed with the plea with you?
Yes, we did.
Where is that form?
I'm not, so I believe that we turned it in before we left.
No,
Let me see here.
we don't have it.
All right, so if we did not, then I believe Miss McWhorter would have it.
We have what?
Yes, I did the form with Scott, so I was under
Did
pressure.
a
It was
form of, Mr. Fortis reviewed the defendant, Miss McWhorter's rights and the rights that she's giving up pursuant to the Boykin decision, but that only has 1 case number. It's 23 SC 189643. She's not giving up different rights. We just need to make sure that this waiver of rights form can be filed in each case. So with the only thing that would be different is the maximum penalties might be slightly different in what you discussed with her. Do I have everybody's permission, and especially from Ms. McWhorter, to amend this waiver of rights form to include both case numbers, and then I can just file it in each case?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so then I will put the other case number on this, and then I'm still gonna go over, pursuant to the uniform rules of Superior Court, I'm still gonna go over her rights with her anyway. You all know how I do the plea colloquy. What I would prefer to do, I will give each of you an opportunity to be heard, but I don't want to do this twice. All right, and so I'm gonna go through, and if anybody starts having objections and you're saying, no, I want this or I want that, then you need to stop me. And we're going to proceed. We'll do one, I guess, after the other, but I'd prefer not do that. All right, let's go on the record with positions number, not that we are already on the record. Positions number 13 and 14 on our trial calendar. Position 13 is case number 23 SC 189643, State of Georgia versus Angel Shanice McWhorter. She is represented in that case by attorney Scott Fortis. and the state is present, represented by Trelawney Jordan of the District Attorney's Office. In the second case, position 14, indictment 23 SC 1896670, Angel, State of Georgia versus Angel McWhorter. She's represented in that case by Attorney Serge Jerome Jr. And each of these matters is before this court now. It was on the trial calendar, but are now before the court for negotiated guilty pleas. Let's get Ms. McWhorter. Once I don't, doesn't look like she's pulled over.
I'm pulled up. I got in the passenger
Okay,
side and
okay.
let somebody else drive.
All right, no
I let her
problem.
drive.
We don't want to be witnesses to anything, any traffic instances here. So if you need more time, you just need to let us know. We can do something to give you more time.
No, I'm on the passenger side. Let someone else drive the car.
Okay. And okay, so let's get you sworn in. Will you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear and affirm any, is that your right hand? Or are you mirrored for me here? Do you swear and affirm any testimony you provide the court in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand. Will you state your full legal name for the record?
Angel Shanice McWhorter.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McWhorter. And do we have your permission to proceed with this plea via Zoom since we're all in different locations?
Yes, ma'am.
And do I have your permission to sign your name to the plea paperwork in each of these cases?
Yes.
Okay, and ADA Jordan, may I sign your name?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and then Attorney Fortis and also Jerome, may I sign your names to the plea paperwork?
Yes,
Yep.
Judge.
Yes,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
sounds good. Thank you, everybody. May I have a criminal history, please, Officer Gordon?
Your Honor, the defendant has 23 arrest cycles beginning in 2010. Last arrest, March 31st of this year from Fulton County, identity theft fraud. The case is open under 26 PI 002565. There's a 2016 felony conviction from Cobb County, theft by shoplifting. 2 prior felony convictions outside the 10-year period for theft by shoplifting. Nothing further to add, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for that. Ms. McWhorter, I have in front of me what we call a waiver of rights form. This is the document that you reviewed with Attorney Fortis, where he went over all of your rights with you, many of which you're giving up by entering this plea of guilty today. Was there anything in that form or the questions that Attorney Fortis went over with you that you did not understand?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have any need and do you need any additional time to speak with him before we proceed with this plea?
No.
Okay, do you need any additional time to speak with either of your lawyers before we proceed with this, please?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, are you satisfied with your attorney's representation of you, both Mr. Fortis and Mr. Jerome?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if for any reason you wish to appeal this plea of guilty, either one, you need to file an appeal within 30 days of this sentence. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to review the charges in each of these indictments with you right now. We're going to start with the indictment that's case number 23 SC 189643. In that case, and that's the one that you're represented by Attorney Fortis, you are charged with 2 counts. Count 1 is theft by shoplifting, and count 2 is possession of tools for the commission of a crime. Those incidents are alleged to have occurred on January 21st, 2023, and involving a Gucci store in Atlanta. And is this your understanding of what you've been charged with in that indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And let me hear from the state the maximum penalties for that one.
Count 1, the max is 10 years with this, excuse me, and then for count 2, the max is 5 years.
Okay. Do you understand that you're facing a maximum penalty of up to 15 years in the Georgia Department of Corrections for these offenses? And I could sentence you to that today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and now in case number 23 SC 189670, in that case, you are charged in counts 1, 2, and 3. Count 1 is theft by shoplifting, count 2 is theft by receiving stolen property, and count 3 is possession of tools for the commission of a crime. And those incidents are alleged to have occurred on April 24, 2023, and that involves a Dillard's department store. Is this your understanding of what you've been charged with in that indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then if the state could please put on the record the maximum penalties in this indictment, please.
Yes, Judge. Count 1 is 10 years, count 2, 5 years, and count 3 is also 5 years.
Okay. Do you understand that you're facing a maximum penalty of up to 20 years in the second case that I just reviewed with you?
Yes.
Okay. Now I understand that in each of these cases, the state is recommending a total sentence of 5 years to be served on probation and for the cases to run concurrent or both of those sentences to run concurrent so that you would be serving a total of 5 years to be served on probation along with some special conditions. Is this your understanding of the agreement you've reached with the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to review your rights with you right now. Do you understand that you have a right to plead not guilty to all of these charges today?
Yes,
If you pled not guilty, do you understand that you have a right to a jury trial?
yes,
At a jury trial, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by a lawyer? And if you could not afford one, the court would appoint one?
yes,
Do you understand that at a jury trial, you would have a right to a presumption of innocence? That means the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
yes,
Do you understand that at trial, you would have the right to confront the state's evidence and cross-examine any witnesses they called?
yes,
Do you understand that at trial, you would have the right to subpoena witnesses and present a defense if you chose to?
yes,
And at trial, do you understand that you have the right to remain silent? That means you would not have to testify. No one could force you or comment on the fact that you
yes,
remain silent. Understood?
yes,
Okay. Do you understand that you're giving up these rights that I just went over with you by entering a guilty plea today?
yes,
All right. May I have a factual basis for each of these cases?
Yes, Judge, for 23 SC 189643, on January 21st, 2023, Ms. McWhorter entered the Gucci store while carrying a booster bag, which is commonly used in the commission of theft by shoplifting. She then grabbed a white Gucci purse, which is valued over $500, and exited the store without paying for the purse.
And that
Or,
incident, did that occur in Fulton County?
yes, that did occur in Fulton County.
Okay. And then the case ending in 670?
Yes, on April 24th, 2023, Ms. McWhorter took 21 pairs of high-end sunglasses valued over $500 in total from a Dillard store located in Fulton County. She was also located with a foiled line bag, which is also another booster bag. They also located several handbags, fragrances, and clothing in her vehicle that still had the security devices attached to them. At that time, she was not able to provide a receipt or proof of purchase, and this all occurred in Fulton County.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. McWhorter, understanding your rights and the rights that you're giving up today, are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily choosing to enter guilty pleas to theft by shoplifting and possession of tools for the commission of a crime in case number 23 SC 189643? This is the one involving the Gucci store.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is your plea to these charges? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes,
Okay, and then in case number 23 SC 189670, to counts 1, 2, and 3 of that indictment, theft by shoplifting, theft by receiving stolen property, and possession of tools for commission of a crime, what is your plea to those charges?
guilty.
And are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes,
All right, and Ms. McWhorter, is anybody threatening you, forcing you, or promising you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
no, ma'am.
Okay, Attorney Fortas, I'll start with you. Anything you'd like to say on behalf of Ms. McWhorter?
Judge, I would just ask that you accept the plea as negotiated. Thank you.
Okay, and then Attorney Jerome, anything that you would like to say?
The same, Your Honor. We just ask you accept the plea as negotiated.
All right, I will do that, everybody. Okay, I do find that there's a factual basis for the charges. I find the pleas being entered freely, knowingly, and voluntarily, and I will accept these pleas as negotiated. In case number 23 SC 189643, 5 years on count 1 to be served on probation, count 2, 5 years to be served on probation, concurrent to count 1. This case should run concurrent to the case in position 14, 23 SC 189670. In 23 SC 189670, count 1, shoplifting, 5 years to be served on probation. Count 2, theft by receiving stolen property, 5 years on probation concurrent to count 1. Count 3, the possession of tools, 5 years to be served on probation concurrent to count 1, a total of 5 years. The sentence to run concurrent to case number 23 SC 189643. The special conditions of your sentences, I'm going to go over these with you a little bit more carefully because if you violate even one special condition, you are subject to having the entire sentences revoked to have to serve them in the Georgia Department of Corrections. Do you understand?
Yes,
Okay. In the case ending in 643, she's not to possess any weapons, You are not to be in the presence of any drugs without a legal prescription. You must consent to a Fourth Amendment waiver or a waiver of your Fourth Amendment rights. And you are to stay away from the Gucci stores. You're not to go into any of them. And in case number ending in 670, you are not to possess any weapons, no drugs without a legal prescription. She must consent to a waiver of her Fourth Amendment rights. She's to stay away from all Dillard's department stores. And in that case, you must complete 200 hours of community service at a rate of at least 10 hours per month. So that's just what's going to keep you on track. Otherwise, at some point, somebody's going to look at you and ask you why you haven't completed 200 hours of community service. And if you stay on track to complete at least 10 hours a month, you'll be finished with this before your probation is completed. Well, let's get probation instructions from Officer Gresham so that you know where and when to report Ms. McWhorter, and then I'll give you some instructions after that.
Miss McWhorter, can you see the chat that I sent you?
I gotta wait till I get out the phone with you.
So I sent you are to report on July 22nd, 2026 at 8 a.m. to 276 Memorial Drive, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia at 8 a.m. for intake. Failure to do so can result in a warrant for your arrest. And I also asked you to send me your phone number since I didn't want you to say it online.
Okay. And Judge, quick question. Can someone reach out to pretrial and let them know that my case is over so I don't have to report to them anymore?
You won't have to report to pretrial anymore. In fact, pretrial is on here. It's
Yeah.
Officer Gordon. So once your sentence is officially entered into the record, you should not have to report. Officer Gordon, you agree? You're in agreement with that?
Each person always reports after court, even if the
For
Case.
how long does she have to report
just
afterwards?
has to check in. I'm gonna send a report showing that she took a plea today, but she does have to check in, and that'll be the last time.
Just one time to check in? Okay.
Yes,
So,
after
all right,
court.
so just one more time to check in, and then this way you'll have the dispositions, they'll be in the record, so it will show that your cases are officially resolved and closed, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right, and Ms. McWhorter, I wish you all the best going forward. I know I know you lost your friend or your one of the co-defendants in this case. I'm sure you've had a lot going on. We've seen you on a number of calendars, and I know that you'll be relieved to have all this behind you, and I wish you all the best going forward, okay?
Yes, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're free to log off, ma'am, as are you,
Okay.
attorneys Jerome and, well, Fortis, we're waiting for one more client for you, right?
We are, Judge, and I reached out to him. I didn't get a response back. So at this point,
We might just have to
are you
wait
taking,
for Monday morning at 9 o'clock.
and that'll be fine too, Judge. Are you doing any pleas tomorrow or Friday?
No, that's a wrap for us for the week. Although, like I said, if he was gonna log on right now, I would take it. We were ready to go, but if that's not gonna happen, then we'll
It's not
just.
looking good, Judge, and I don't want to hold you up. So I
Do you
appreciate
think that
everything.
he would be, that you'll be, all right, so we're starting the calendar call, on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Okay, so just make sure he's there.
That's fine, Judge, and I'm going to be around the courthouse. So if you don't see me, you know I'll bounce in.
Right, okay, right, got
Okay.
it. All right, thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone. Thank you, Ms.
Appreciate
Blunt
And
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
your patience, everybody getting back on here at 2:30,
and
and
Ms.
we
Jordan
Thank
enjoy
you.
the game if you're
and Ms.
watching it.
Jordan. All
Judge
right,
Mal,
thank you,
I have one
Judge.
question, please. Judge Mal,
Yes, Ms. Blunt, I'm
one
here.
question. Yes, the case ending in 670, is that the one with the 200 hours of community service and the stay away from Gucci?
Yes,
Or do
I
I have
put,
them mixed up?
no, 670, 200 hours of community service and stay away from Dillard's.
Stay away from Dillard's. Okay,
And 643 was, I didn't want to put both community service in each of those, but she's to
okay,
stay away from the Gucci store.
gotcha. Thank you.
And then what else? We didn't hear from Griggs. We haven't
I
heard from,
never heard from him. Let me check my email once again, but last time I checked, I didn't have anything. No, Judge, I never heard back from him.
okay, and I'm going to do the waiver of rights form that I put both case numbers on here and the court reporter's name. So then we'll go ahead and I'll send that over to you to be filed in place of the other one.
Okay,
And you should have all the indictments now. Oh, but
I do.
file Cole's, don't file the one.
Right.
didn't take for position number 10.
Okay.
Judge Ma,
Yes.
how are you spelling position number 22, his first name?
His
Ayan?
first, yep, I've got him, so hold on a second. It is Terencio, so T-E-R-E-N as in Nancy, C-I-O.
Okay, I apologize. They didn't give me a calendar for this one. Okay, and I have Miss McWaters. How are you spelling her full name?
So her full name is Angel, common spelling. Second name is Shanice, S-H-A-N-I-S, as in Sam, E. And then the last name is McWhorter, M-C, capital W-H-O-R-T-E-R.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, any other questions, anybody, before we log off? All right, thank you all so much. We'll see you Monday. Well, actually, I'll see you tomorrow at the jail, but then,
Thank you, Judge. Be safe.
okay,
All right,
you do.
have a good evening.
Thank you all so much.